There are some news regarding Attack on Titan 2 multiplayer. A couple of trailers came along with a press release, and they detail some of the multiplayer modes that we already knew about, along with some new information that we had no idea about, like a mysterious upcoming multiplayer mode that will come to the game after the launch. My name is Globku, and let's break it all down. So we've talked about multiplayer in the past and about how the PvP mode that they have announced seemed disappointing to me. I think there's a huge potential for PvP in Attack on Titan, but the game mode that they announced, Annihilation, seems alright, but not necessarily something that I want to engage with or something that I even associate with Attack on Titan. So let's quickly recap what you can do in multiplayer just in case you haven't watched the previous video. There's cooperative multiplayer and competitive multiplayer, which is the PvP. The new trailer says that there will be multiple game modes available for both co-op and PvP, and while there are at least two ways of playing co-op, for competitive we've only seen one game mode so far, and it seems that's the way it's gonna be at least at launch. They did announce something else is coming afterwards, and we'll talk about it at the end of the video. On the cooperative side of things, you have the ability to play scout missions with your friends. Up to 4 players can go out on scout missions, which is very similar to Attack on Titan Wings of Freedom, the previous game. There will be different types of missions for you to play. The trailer shows an escort mission where you have to take 3 messengers to the target area, but it's safe to assume there will be other mission types like eliminating Titan targets, along with some other stuff and different maps as well. The mission in the trailer takes place outside the city in a very open area, but we'll surely see missions inside the city with a ton of buildings where you can use your 3D gear a lot more frequently to get out of a tough spot. And this time around you can also play the story mode in co-op. Now in the previous video I said that maybe it looked like we could do the story mode with 4 players. That's actually not the case. For story mode, you can only play solo or with a friend. It only supports 2 players. And it also looks like it will be online co-op only. I know a lot of people are gonna ask if there's local co-op, because they always ask, and that doesn't seem to be the case. But the Nintendo Switch does support the local wireless feature, but that still means you need at least 2 consoles, each console with a version of the game, so that's not exactly the same thing that people are asking for. But hey, you can play the whole thing with a friend, and your buddy can help you out, not only by killing Titans, but you can also revive each other, making it harder to fail each mission in story mode. Now, I'm not expecting story mode to be super hard. If it's anything like the previous game, the difficulty comes afterwards in the scout missions. But hey, I like co-op. Playing with a friend is always better, so this is awesome in my book. And then we have the competitive mode, the PvP, which the only one they have announced so far is Annihilation mode. 2 teams of 4 players each compete for the highest score, and you get the higher score by defeating Titans. And this is why I made that whole other video the last time around saying that the multiplayer seemed disappointing. Not because this game mode looks bad on its own, but because 2 teams competing for a high score by slaying Titans, not really the first thing that comes to mind when I think about Attack on Titan multiplayer. The trailer shows some stuff that we didn't know about before, and it starts right at the beginning with these blue lines connecting the different team members. If you remember our previous video, we talked about something called chain bonuses. You would get higher scores by collaborating with your team when taking down a Titan, and I believe that's what this is. It indicates that there are teammates nearby, so you can take advantage of this bonus. So once again, the game encourages your team to stick together instead of spreading out and each one killing their own Titan. I mean, that way you might kill more Titans, but you're missing out on the chain bonus. After looking at the lines that connect the different players, we look at the timer, and we see that we are on the final 60 seconds of a match. And that's why both teams have a multiplier next to their score. On the last minute of each match, the scores will actually double. So that's when you should be trying your hardest to score points or to stop the enemy team from scoring their own points, because there are actually a few items, a few tools that you can use to do just that. Stop the enemy team in their tracks, prevent them from scoring more points than you. The trailer shows a couple of examples: the numbing bullets that seem to stun everyone in an area, including the Titans, and the paint bullets that impair your vision by painting the screen black. Another trailer shows that you can build fortifications, like a tower full of cannons that will automatically fire upon the Titans. Now, I'll take a guess here and say that you have a limited number of towers that you can build, so you have to be strategic about where you place these towers, but that's just a wild guess. Don't take my word for anything. And once again, if you have a Nintendo Switch and you plan on getting this game for the Nintendo Switch, you can use the local wireless features to play multiplayer. It does support up to 8 consoles, so you can have a full match locally. If you have 7 friends with a Switch who want to buy Attack on Titan 2, I'd like to live in a world like that, but I know that will never happen to me. And that's the only competitive game mode so far, but they did announce there's more coming after the game's launch. They teased the new shocking game mode, their words not mine, and they included a little clip of it, where it looks like the player is controlling a Titan. On top of the screen, we only see 2-player portraits, so this might be a 1v1 multiplayer mode, and every time the Titan eats a human, or kills someone, or destroys some of the environment, they get some points. So it seems like it's gonna be another high-score game mode. The other player is probably a Titan as well, and he's off somewhere else in the map, destroying humans and buildings. I guess it's too much to hope at this point for a humans versus Titans game mode. I guess it's a challenging thing. Like, I don't doubt that it would be very hard to develop and balance something like that. But seeing players controlling humans in one game mode and then seeing players controlling Titans in other game modes somehow made it even more frustrating that we don't have a humans versus Titans game mode coming. I feel like I'm being spoiled here. I feel like I shouldn't be complaining about this because this is all bonus stuff. None of this was in the first game. They could have just released a revamped story mode, the co-op again. They didn't need to have any of this competitive multiplayer, so all of this stuff is just a bonus. And I hate feeling like a spoiled brat complaining about this stuff. Believe me, I deal with spoiled comments every single day on this channel. Everyone thinks they can make games better than the developers. So I hate to be one of those people, but I don't know. Attack on Titan and high scores is just something that I just doesn't feel goes well together. But that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about these multiplayer modes in the comments down below. Am I being spoiled or do you agree with my opinion? Let me know in those comments. My absolute favorite thing they're doing for Attack on Titan 2 is how the Titan's behavior keeps getting better and better. They've made several improvements and we break it all down in this video right here. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.